Hey there, I'm Louie, and this is January's monthly hookup where I show you all the things that I've been making this month. So as I get going, if any of this stuff has a pattern for it that I've already finished, there will be a URL on the screen, a link in the description below, and there'll probably be a link right around here. But yeah, not everything I have has patterns. If it doesn't have a pattern and you really want a pattern for it, let me know in the comments. I read them, and it all depends on how much desire there is for specific patterns and if I write them or not. Okay, well, yeah, let's get going. So this month's theme was Legend of Zelda. So of course I made a little miniature Link. In fact, I made a lot of Zelda characters. I really like the Link that I made. This is a redo of a very old pattern that I had. And this time I made his sword into using yarn. I used to make it using a toothpick, but I just found that making it with yarn is nicer, especially because I wanted to make them into finger puppets. And now I'm working on a little finger puppet video using these Link characters. It's based around Korok seeds. If you played Breath of the Wild, there's these little things called Korok seeds, and yeah, I really like that game a lot. I don't know if you can tell. And of course, you can't have Link without Princess Zelda. So this Princess Zelda was probably maybe one of the most complicated pod people that I ever made. That's what I call these little characters, is pod people. Not only was it really complicated to turn into a finger puppet after making it, including this dress, but look how many color changes are in it. There's a bunch of things that had to be sewn on. The hair was really just time consuming. It wasn't difficult as much as it was time consuming to make. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I also made Sheik. And Sheik has a pretty detailed eye logo on her chest. And this is the only one that's not from Breath of the Wild that I really wanted to make. I made a Sheik a long time ago, and I just love it. I think it's so cool. So I never made one into a finger puppet, and I'm glad I did. Yeah. And of course, you can't have the heroes without a villain. So here is Ganon. And Ganon was surprisingly easy to make. The only tough part was all the things that I had to sew onto him. The color changes were really easy. The hair was easy to make. But the cape was a little tough, and I made him a little collar. The pattern for this isn't finished just yet, but I'm working on it. And it should be out in just a little bit. And I'll be selling a little bundle of these patterns, and each one includes a video, which is why they take so long to make. And you can't have this villain without some henchmen. So these are these little Boko goblins that I made. I really like how they turned out because they each have just such character to their face. Like, they're all so special. This guy really looks special. And each one has a name. I posted them on social media, and people suggested names. This one's name is Dog, which I think is perfect for how goofy he looks. And then there is Trevor. Trevor just looks like a little sweetheart. He looks nice. He also always looks like he's got a thumbs up. The cool thing is there's little pipe cleaners in the hands, so you can move them however you want them to be. See? So they move around. And yeah, I like Trevor. And then the last one's name is Terrence, and he's just a grumpy guy. He's actually got an open mouth, so it goes in a little bit. I wanted to make one with those little... Here, I have one right here. With one of these in the mouth so that you could open and close the mouth. But it was really difficult to sew this on, so I kind of gave up. But maybe I'll give it another shot sometime in the future. And I also made some fairies. This one's really tiny. I used thread to make it. This is what it's like if I use the same yarn. So they're just little fairies from Zelda. This one was made using thread. Here, I'll take it out real quick. And it's taped onto the top with some fishing line. And so, yeah, it looks like it's floating in the bottle. This was for my girlfriend. And the last thing I made this month for Legend of Zelda was this big, huge Hinox from Breath of the Wild. And I just had the perfect eyes for it. Like, look at that eye. It's perfect. And yeah, I have the pattern for this written down, but this one's going to take a little bit of time. So it might be a bonus pattern later. So if you buy, my idea is going to be like, if you buy the bundle, you get this pattern in the next few months. It's kind of like DLC, I guess. And the coolest thing about it is, check it out. Boop. He's got magnets in the hands, so you can make, you can change the weapons and have him be holding a bunch of different weapons. Yeah. So these are all the Zelda characters I came out with this month. And of course, I'm still working on some of the patterns because I wasn't expecting to make this many of them, but I just couldn't stop myself. I still need to make a Korok, and I want to work on a little finger puppet video using them, but I'm pretty happy with it. Each month, I'm doing a giveaway for a free month to Club Crochet. Club Crochet is a subscription service that I made where you get a bunch of patterns, including pretty much all these patterns will be included in a Club Crochet membership. This month's winner was Francisco Reyes Jr., who made this really cool link shield using one of my patterns. If you want a chance to win a free 30-day membership to Club Crochet, post anything that you make using one of my patterns with hashtag Club Crochet on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or Crafty Amino, and you'll get a chance to win a full month of Club Crochet, which includes a bunch of patterns just like this. Okay, so if you didn't know this, this month I started doing a crocheting book club that I'm calling the Book and Hook Club. Basically, we'll be crocheting while we listen to an audiobook. I'm doing each of the episodes live, and this month's book we were listening to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and here's what I made during the audiobook. So to start off, of course, I had to make Harry. And you know what's kind of cool is the very first pod person that I ever made was Harry, and he's right here. Look at the difference. This is the very first one that I ever made. Look at his silly eyes and glasses. He looks horrible. But at first I made him with a weird scar, but I fixed it all up. And each one of these are, of course, pod puppets as well, finger puppets. So there's Harry. Of course, with Harry, I had to make Hermione and Ron. I really like Ron's sweater. It's actually made out of wool, so it's a little itchy. And I wish I did the R just a little bit further to the right, but I'm pretty happy with them. These ones don't have patterns yet, but I'm interested in working on them if there's a desire for these patterns. I'm not sure. I'm sure people would like them, but you know, I don't know how much people want them. Next up, I made Hagrid, and Hagrid was made using making it just a little bit larger. Pretty much all the yarn is doubled up, and look, his hands had to be made separately and sewn on. And although while he is a finger puppet, he doesn't really stay on the finger that well. You kind of got to use your thumb because he's so big. And this used the rest of my brown yarn here, so I got to get some more of that. And I also made a little Malfoy, and he has like little shifty eyes. I really like how his eyes are, even though he gives a really bad name to the Slytherin house. By the way, if you didn't know, I am actually a Slytherin. And my favorite thing that I made is Dumbledore. I made him using these cool little glasses that I made with brass that I bent around a crochet hook. And it's actually just poked in there. So look, I can actually pull it out. See? So it just poked in there. Boop. Yeah, he is definitely my favorite one that I made. He was actually the last one I made. I didn't get time to make Snape. I wish I did, but I had just a little bit of time to make a snitch and a flying key. So yeah, those were all the things that I made during the Book and Hook Club. Of course, I'm not the only one that crocheted things during the Book and Hook Club live streams, so here's some of my favorite things that other people made during the live stream. If you want to be featured next month, make sure to post whatever you make with hashtag Book and Hook Club for a chance to be featured. It doesn't have to be based on the book, but it can be. Next month, we're going to be listening to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Here's the dates and times that I'll be live streaming. Make sure to subscribe below and join the email list so you can be notified when I go live. And if you can't make it, no worries. I post each of the episodes afterwards with a time code for you to sync up your version of the audiobook up to, so you can listen on your own time and still crochet together. You can get all the info and watch previous episodes at clubcrochet.com/book. So lastly, I wanted to talk about the things that I'm going to be working on for February, my goals for February. And the main thing that I want to do is I want to get the patterns and kits up for sale. So this is a kit to make a miniature link. It includes all the yarn, the eyes, the stuffing, everything that you're going to need to make Link. So I'm working on getting these kits up for sale because I have a bunch extra so that you can buy them even if you're not a Club Crochet member, because Club Crochet members get them mailed to their house every month. And if you're not a crocheter, I'm going to be adding these finger puppets up to my Etsy shop for purchase. So keep an eye out at louies.loops.etsy.com. I also take custom orders there, so if there's a specific character or person you want me to make, let me know. This is a custom order for a little miniature white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. I really, really like this. I haven't sent it out yet because I love it so much. Look at his little fluffy hair. And this is where I got the idea for the glasses. He's even got a little watch and a little tail. And lastly, like I said before, I'm working on a finger puppet show using these little dudes. I'm going to be calling it Pod Puppet Theater. So look out for that soonish. Hopefully I can finish the first one by the end of the month. It just takes so much time to like put aside so that I can make these videos of, I don't know, they're kind of like children's stories, but they're not exactly for children. I don't know. I just really like them. Pod Puppet Theater. Look out for it soon-ish, I hope. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this stuff, please join the email list at clubcrochet.com so you can be notified for the next hookup. And if you can, please like and share this video with anyone that you might think would be interested in this stuff. Yeah. Thanks again for watching. Hasta la pizza, and happy hooking. Bye.